got no payoffs. But we won't be ready for anything.
Hello, anyone.
Oh no, everyone.
Oh god.
We're here. Some of us are queer.
Like, most of us are queer, let's be honest.
That
One
is...
part.
You're queer, kind of. You're part queer.
Part queer?
Part.
What do you... How do you even...
50% queer.
Okay.
How does that even work?
I don't know. Because...
You're kind of different.
I mean, I guess we all are all pretty strange.
Some of us are more strange than others.
Oh, I'm so strange.
Doctor Strange.
Oh no.
Well, that show got worse as time went on.
I don't even know what show that is.
Me neither.
So Doctor,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, you know, ever seen Doctor
What?
Who?
Yeah.
You've never seen it.
I've seen
No,
Doctor Who.
Doctor Strange is the Marvel guy. Doctor Who is completely different.
Yeah. Doctor Who's dope. I haven't seen the new season.
Oh no, I completely blanked on the part of this conversation and was not paying attention.
Doctor Who definitely did go downhill, though. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen the newest season.
I kind of after what's his name?
The old guy.
No, I liked. Is it David Tennant?
Yeah.
Everyone liked through 9 through 12. and then
Allegedly.
after that, things kind of.
Allegedly, like the
Not too
BBC thought about
10.
like stopping the show after Tenet because they didn't think anyone was going to be better.
And it's true.
I don't know.
I liked Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi was good. I like Peter Capaldi kind of out from the
Trying-
gate-ish. It took a little bit for Matt Smith to grow on me, but he eventually grew on me.
He's my favorite.
I was okay with Matt Smith. Of course, everyone liked David Tennant. I love number 9, but I can never remember his
Chris
name.
Eccleston.
Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah.
I've
didn't
watched
like-
I've watched the current Doctor Who. It's awful.
Yeah, I didn't. I
The
didn't
actor's
like
the actor's really great, but I do not know why they thought it was a good idea to go with 4 companions at once. It's
Yeah.
really hard for me to get involved with any
Yeah.
of them.
They feel too. Some of them just feel too goofy.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen it at all, but
What
Chris,
was
I
the
didn't hate Chris
dude-
Eccleston, but the writing and acting was actually pretty bad.
What is it? Matt.
Like
Matthew
the
Smith?
direction, the director.
I think he was really good.
It was
I
great.
don't.
I'll agree.
I
9 through 12, I like them all quite a
Not
bit.
12.
But David Tennant and Smith were not 12. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can remember. I haven't watched like.
I
I
feel
didn't.
like
I didn't really care for 12 that much early on.
No,
I got used to him a bit more.
I feel like
Peter Capaldi. No, I've not seen anything with Capaldi actually. I've
Peter
not seen
Capaldi
past
was
the
good.
other
I
stuff.
did like Peter Capaldi. Like he
I
did
like
a good
Matt
job.
Smith. One of my favorite moments from the 11th Doctor was him talking to his speech to the planet that things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stargate
whenever
thing.
that there won't be a better hype soundtrack for me than the dun 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 dun, dun and then fucking Matt Smith making a bald ass talk against his enemies while that music's
Yeah,
blaring in the
that's-
back.
That was pretty good.
Like when the
I
fucking
think-
talking to the silence and it's like
I think
"If
that
you just signed
Tennant.
your own death warrant. Brum, 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 brum.
I think Tennant was like the best angry Doctor. Like I like the energy that Tennant put in whenever he got angry, and it pretty much wasn't matched until Peter Capaldi came in. And I don't know, but Chris Eccleston, I didn't hate Chris Eccleston. I don't know if the director was different for when Chris Eccleston was Doctor Who, but it was really bad. Like Chris Eccleston wasn't bad, just the writing and stuff for it was really bad. it was really cheesy, and the
Yeah.
the cinematography was really bad.
If you didn't like that stuff, don't watch the 12th Doctor. That is everything I hate about it. It feels like they're going straight back to like the old timey series. Everything's silly and
It's not the silliness.
nothing's really
It's not the
serious.
silliness. It
Not
just was bad.
serious,
It was
though.
just bad.
And even when they try to be serious, it feels like they just fall on their face.
I don't know. I'll have to see it again. The directors changed for it, didn't it?
I don't know.
Like from
It's pretty likely. It's such an old show. I don't see
For
why.
who
For
because
Doctor Who.
the director for Tennant and Matt Smith were the same, right?
Yeah, and for the 12th Doctor too, it was Stephen Moffat. After Capaldi, Moffat retired,
Okay.
and that's why the new series is really awful because this new
Was
dude's really
Moffat-
bad at writing.
Was Moffat the director for Chris Eccleston?
Yep. He did some of them.
Okay. Cause yeah, I don't know. It was I remember whenever I was getting a friend into Doctor Who, I started her off at Chris Eccleston, and rewatching it, I was like, oh my god, this is really bad.
I haven't watched that in a while. I remember liking it, but
I
maybe
feel
some
like
of
if
the
you
time,
go
yeah.
back to it, I mean, I'm probably
Awesome.
informing your decision right now, but I feel like if you go back to it, you might find it a bit cheesy as well, and a different kind of cheesy. Like I said, I haven't
But
seen
it
the
is-
13th Doctor, but
To be fair to it, it was made in 2005.
yeah, but
to
I
be fair.
watched some of the like original stuff, and the cinematography was better than that.
Yeah,
The original
they were
stuff was
trying-
better
I mean,
than-
you could look at it. They were trying different things, and they just didn't work out.
It's rough that they introduced such a cool female doctor in one of the series episodes of Jodie Whittaker to just show like, hey, this is how a cool female doctor could be. But then we got fucking
Yeah.
Jodie Whittaker.
I mean,
It's
I
just
feel
this
like it's
really cool old black lady, and she's really cool. And I wanted her instead of Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, that would have been much nicer.
I feel like
Hey
like
guys, look
this
at the effort
doctor
we could have done.
had like I feel like she had. It's hard to match up against Missy. I feel as well because like I feel like that's like one of the first female Time Lords and that we've seen in
I
the
didn't like
newer
Missy
seasons.
that much.
I love Missy.
I really liked the
Oh
Master
my
in the
god,
initial.
I loved. I mean,
loved him.
I mean, the Master was alright. I liked the Master more when he was really starting to lose his mind. But Missy grew on me. She was really good.
Yeah, but the new series took it entirely fucking trash nosedive. This new director doesn't know how to write. I don't like him at all. His decision to make the very first episode propaganda hit me pretty hard. The entire
that
episode
was
is about an
gross.
alien coming, and then
Has this season
the
wrapped
doctor
up?
giving a speech. I don't know. I only can watch the episodes on Prime, and they only have so many right now.
Oh, do they
13th
have it?
Doctor
Do they have it on
season
Prime?
did-
Okay, I'll have to watch it then. I was waiting to see if
Yeah,
like
like,
when it
the
wraps up,
very
you just
first-
get it on.
The very first episode
Another
is about
source.
an alien who comes to Earth, and then they're talking, and then the alien's like, "I've been here on Earth before, like before you humans, so you're the aliens to me." And then the whole series is just the whole episode's a very long-winded take on racism,
Yeah, that,
and
that
it was
put a
really bad.
taste
Yeah,
in
and
my
it's
mouth.
like,
I'm like, oh, if this is all gonna be like this is gonna be it. It picked up after that at least, but it still wasn't that
it
good.
was awful too because it's like, look how cool this episode is, and I'm just sitting there thinking about the episode with the lizard people, and I was like, that was this episode, but better.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it.
And then
I don't
fucking
have. I can't.
4 companions. Why is it? Why? And you don't get to know fucking any of them. Really, it's awful.
Fucking hate that old guy. Oh my god.
gonna
Yeah,
have to
he's
watch
just
them.
an old boomer. Why? Why do you need?
Okay.
Because you gotta have boom. Must big boomer.
This is what the stream's gonna be.
Talking.
Yeah, we've done. So far,
Doctor
this has
Who.
been 10 minutes, but that's fine.
10 minutes. People always bullshit at the beginning of D&D. You never
I don't.
started
No, I'm
straight up.
fine. I'm fine with it.
All right. let us get started,
Are
shall
we
we?
getting started? Thought you said we're gonna wait for everyone.
What? No,
Is he gonna
chaos
be
isn't.
here?
Chaos isn't
joining.
coming.
And
I
the first
know,
part of
but,
this
he
session is
said-
not
He
gonna.
said like if everyone shows up, we'll play. And then
And then I did I not send the 3/4 of people?
I don't
Message?
think so. I don't know.
Oh.
No, it
What?
just says if
Oh.
everyone.
Never mind.
But I honestly
I thought
like
I sent it.
I didn't. I thought someone was probably gonna.
The first part of the session doesn't really concern his character anyway, so he would just be sitting here doing nothing but comment if he felt like it. So, doesn't really matter.
Boom, boom, boom,
Oh
boom,
my
boom,
God,
boom.
Raise,
So much
raising the chair to gaming height.
Gaming height.
This shit's
I gotta
getting
raise my
serious.
chair up when I
Vape
game.
wrist
Yeah,
parallel to your desk.
exactly.
All
Alright. So, I have the Twitch chat open. So if anybody says anything, I can see it.
Yeah, I don't think Tarkus
All
has
right.
seen the new layout for the stream now.
I don't really care.
How dare you?
Gas.
You almost made me inhale my drink.
That's, I didn't make you do shit.
Alright.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab some things. Okay. So, last time, the party went to the Riverwind mine, spoke to the mine owner for any information about what was going on inside the mine, learned that some monsters had been messing around with it, learned what a few of the monsters, sort of the basic descriptions of them. And then, upon arrival at the mine, investigated the buildings that were found out front. Shar and Mortimer investigated what appeared to the name of Foreman's office. Couldn't remember the word foreman. Shar picked the lock deftly. It was easy, and then Mortimer and him investigated it. On the other side of everything, Gale
Smash.
smash, boom, crash.
I'm gonna
magic,
wreck it.
pew, 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 as he blasted his way into a storage shed. Found that there was a large number of tools for mining, as well as lanterns, oil, and a big box of dynamite. Which would have been hilarious if I'd have made it blow up, but luckily Guiding Bolt doesn't like things on. That would have been a great ending to a character. If you use something with fire, blow the lock off. Yeah, that would have. Whew.
little bit of oh, the words, it's escaping my mind. Super hot burny thing. Used in metal. Used for metal. Thermite.
Hot to burn.
Thermite.
Oh, thermite. You should have said burn a hole in metal.
Okay.
Alright. So, then he decked himself out with different tools and things like that on his. So for the trip into the mine, gave people some helmets. The party entered into the mine after picking the lock on the door, as they did not get the key from the mine owner. And proceeded into the dark, dank mine. They engaged in a few battles against some dark mantles, which threatened to suffocate them. Some troglodytes, some scaly lizard-like humanoids, a large beetle creature called an Umberholt, which was surprisingly an easy fight due to Mortimer's spell. Quick thinking with some spell. Managed to stun the creature for a number of turns. The party then proceeded further into the mine, blew a large hole in the middle of one of the rooms. Discovered that there was a creature below in a large pool of water. Though the creature simply moved away after another explosive was thrown at it.
If he knew what was good for him.
Yeah. The party proceeded further into the mines, following a channel cut by a river through the rock, a small sort of stream of water, not a river. Came into another larger chamber with a big waterfall pouring down over a pile of what appeared to be refuse, bodies, bones, and just different. There's chests, coins, weaponry, just all piled together in one. The party engaged in a fight against a creature, a large, pale, bat-like, leech-like creature, which proceeded to eat Mortimer, and then subsequently spit him back out after a piece of dynamite went off inside of the creature. However, at that point he was dead. Shar went down in the water. Gale was devoured, and then with all of the dynamite strapped to his chest, it was lit on fire and then exploded, pasting him and the creature all over the walls, and Kimiko managed to survive. From the loot of the creature, Kimiko found a large amount of coin and a materia that would let her enable to summon the Snufflewumps, giving her the ability to resurrect the party. Alright, first things first. We begin the story in a cold, dark place. I gotta put this one on loop because it's just 10 hours.
Okay.
10 hours.
10-hour spoop. A
Alright.
10-hour tour.
Shar, Mortimer, and Gale. As you feel the grip of death take hold of you, you feel the last breath leave your lips. You awaken. Not where you were, though. Not in the cold water of that mine. There's no creature near you. Just a world surrounded in this dense fog. Your head's hurt, but you can assume that might maybe be natural. As you look down at your hands, as you sort of pull yourselves up from the ground, you find that they are spectral and almost seemingly made of fog, very like wispy, akin to a ghost. A quick examination of your body would reveal the same. You would appear to be some sort of a fog-like version of your normal self. The three of you are next to each other in what appears to be a large forest. Or surrounding you are trees that are absolutely massive. Around, I'd say, probably 2 to 3 times the size of a sequoia tree. You cannot see the tops of them, as around you is this incredibly dense, colorless fog, and you can barely see. There's not a sound being made in this forest. What do you wanna do?
Except for the eerie music.
That's just ambient.
Ambiance.
Ambiance. Oui, baguette.
Omelette du fromage.
Oh God, I'm loving it.
Can we see each other? I guess
You can see each other.
Okay.
Mortimer, you'll notice, is not Mortimer.
Mortimer is not
you want.
Mortimer.
He is not the big Mortimer, so you wouldn't even know who he is, really. Oh, no, you saw him get spat out by the creature.
Yeah, but not. Yeah, I don't.
So there are 2 figures with you. One of them appears to be Shar, and the other one appears to be this sort of a skinnier humanoid, difficult to make out features really because of the foggy nature. But you would think he resembles the form of the creature that got spat out by the monster you were fighting.
I don't know if I would have paid much attention to it, so I'm just gonna.
I mean,
I mean,
it's in combat. It's even
Yeah.
if like you're fleeing for your life, you still would have noticed it. Remember, you just kind of see things. Unless I
Yeah.
tell you didn't, you saw it.
I don't know. I think my guy would kind of be a little speechless and shock at the moment. I'll just do a perception check maybe.
All right, give me a perception check. All right. So you sort of look around. As I've said, you notice the trees, dense, colorless fog. Difficult to see. You probably can see maybe 10 feet from you in any direction. And even then, it's hard to see.
But my
You're
body's
sort of looking around. Your body is this weird. You can touch yourself. You can feel.
Right.
You're like that's one of the things you sort of do. Is like, are you a ghost? And it's like you can touch, and you can touch your hand. You can touch like your shoulder, your chest, your face. You know, you feel your wings. It feels like you, but you don't look like you.
Can I look up at the stars? Are there
You
stars?
don't see anything but fog.
Okay.
Sort of looking around at the ground, you notice that it very scarce vegetation. Sort of like you feel it with your hands. You can feel the dirt, and it's like cold and like dry. Just there's not a lot of vegetation. You notice around a lot of the trees, there's a series of large thorny vines. Some of them about as big around as your body, just wrapped around the trees and these thorny bushes.
Am I able to
You
try?
see, you gotta.
What?
You do notice, passing by, you can see just barely through some of the fog. You see another few humanoid shapes as they're walking in a direction away from you, like just walking.
And
You
they're
don't have
these
any
are
sense of
these are
northwest, south. You don't.
right. These are different from. These are different from
humanoid.
Shar and Mort.
Yes.
Okay.
They're kind of off to the little ways. Like you can barely make them out through the fog.
Can I try shouting to them?
You can try.
I shout to them.
You shout. Your voice is this sort of hollow sound, and it's sort of echoey. But they don't seem to notice.
And they're still walking.
They just keep walking.
What did you say?
I wish to touch a tree.
Okay, you reach over to a tree, you touch it. It feels
Okay.
cold, like it should probably be dead, but it doesn't look dead.
I look dead. I'm doing it for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it feels very cold. Everything you touch feels very cold, dry.
I look to Shar and I say, where is Kimiko and Mortimer?
You can hear him shout.
Where is Mortimer?
I glance over
Where's-
as they mention my name, but I don't
Where are we?
respond.
What happened? Do we have memory of what happened?
Well, the last thing you remember is you were dying. Like you know what the feeling of death is. Like you're slowly losing your life. You're bleeding out, whatever it might be, despite being unconscious. You were dying.
So,
The last thing you remember was being devoured by the creature. Shar, the last thing you remember is bleeding out in the pool. Mortimer, the last thing you remember is being in the jaws of the creature.
4.
so I guess are we dead?
It is at this point you come to realization. You come to terms with the fact that you are in fact dead.
Is there, I feel like I would be panicking a bit, or would I? I don't know. I don't. Maybe Maybe I
How
wouldn't
would
be. Maybe it'd just be.
think about how would your character react to death?
I think he'd just kind of have a stunned silence. Cause like, I mean, what do you do? You're dead. There's no panicking to stay alive. You're just dead. So I think you just kind of be like,
You guys can give me history check
would you? Okay.
to maybe the legends of death are, you know, told all over the place. So maybe you
Okay.
could. Oh, 23. Now, as a reminder, natural 20s on the skill checks
Right.
are not automatic successes, but it's a hilariously high roll. So,
Right.
ooh, Shar. Shar, you're gonna know some stuff I do. So your bad roll is not that bad.
I was gonna say Pike. Would
Yeah, I was
react
about to
like,
say like he's
"This
been
is
here before,
oddly
hasn't he?
familiar."
Now, well, I mean, there is a part of this that will be familiar to you, but this forest to you, Shar, is strange, unnatural. I mean, you feel closer to home. You feel like you may have been somewhere close to here, but not here. And you have this urge to walk in the direction that the other humanoid forms were walking. Just to walk in a direction.
Mm.
All right, Mortimer and Gale. The stories of death and the realm of the dead are very much, you know, a thing you've heard in the past. You've heard stories, you may have read books. You know, it's just one of those things. People can speak about if they get brought back from the dead. They talk about a forest, a world covered in a dense fog, a forest filled with large trees, thorny vines. They speak of a coastline and a barge with a large figure that drives it. They speak of an ocean with no end and a city made of parts of other cities.
That's some dream of unknown Kadath type shit right there.
I'm so. What do we do? Where do we go? Did Mortimer surely died. He would have probably died before I did. So we're
My character sits up against the tree and just be
Did-
sad.
Kimiko live? Or did she run off already?
Looks like despite when we died, we all got here around the same time.
Then where's Mortimer?
Oh.
Where's Kimiko? Like, where are we? I think he's starting to progressively freak out a little more.
No reason to panic. We just move forward, you know?
Can I try flying?
You try to fly, you can't fly. You flap your wings, but it just doesn't.
What point is there to move forward?
We
You-
heard
you-
that, right?
Yeah, you from that.
I
from
think-
the figure sitting next to the tree.
Did it sound like Mortimer, or did it sound like something?
I don't know. I just kind of, I think Gale would just kind of not be paying attention to him.
I
But you
will
do
look,
hear him. You do hear him.
Right.
I'm just letting you know it
Right. No,
breaks
I mean,
the silence. So
I guess.
And who are you, sir?
Yeah, I turn my attention to him too.
Seem to
Name's Rit. It
What?
doesn't matter.
What brings you here? How did you?
Wait,
get
what was the
here?
name?
Rit.
Rit.
And how did you come here?
Same way as you, I imagine.
I highly doubt that, but unless you mean death.
Of course.
Have you seen an obese man and a cat woman
Can't say I have.
All right, I looked to Shar again. Mortimer might have lived somehow. Maybe
Him and
Kimiko. I didn't see
saved
Mortimer
him.
in the stomach whenever I went down there. I mean, it spat out a body. He's surely dead. The corpse of that digested. It was wearing
Mid-size
Mortimer's clothes.
and gets up. Is he aware of the people walking?
I'll say at this point you do notice just passively that there are more.
Maybe, at any rate, maybe Mortimer and Kimiko would be wherever all these people were going.
I don't know
He
if I
starts
lagged when I
walking
said
toward
that.
them. No, he came there. He starts walking toward them. Might as well get this over with.
I mean, staying here ain't gonna do anything for us.
All right. I'm wary of Rit, but I'll go with him.
All right. Real quick, does anybody try to use magic?
I was thinking about it, but I don't
No.
think I really can without my star map.
I wouldn't try using magic, but I would try using my telepathy. You know that it would be a far shot, but
At the moment, Shar, you reach out with your telepathy. You don't sense any creatures in there that you can communicate. But yeah, you will quickly notice that beyond your basic sort of clothes, you don't have anything else.
Is Rit wearing the same shit that the corpse was that spat him out?
It's give me I'll give investigation or perception, whichever one's higher, to scrutinize it.
Okay.
Okay. So as you kind of look it over, he is colorless fog like you guys. So any colors you can't differentiate. Maybe it's similar. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll let you make the assumption that yeah, it's very similar, but without colors, it could be difficult to. But it is similar.
Okay. I was gonna try to do augury. I don't know if that would work here.
Do you want to try to use magic?
I could try. I'll have to. Are there any sticks on the ground?
Yeah, there's some sticks.
Can I gather up some sticks and mark them and give it a shot? I don't have it prepped, so I would have to use a star map, and that's the thing.
Well, as you sort of look as you're doing this, you're like, I'm gonna try to use augury. So you start collecting the stuff to do it, and then you go through and you're like, I didn't have it prepped. So then you try to look for like your star map, and you realize you don't have it.
Okay. Well then, all right.
My guy's just walking, fully willing to leave them behind if they don't keep up.
So you continue to walk. You walk in the direction that the other humanoid farms are walking.
Yeah.
All right. As you walk, any interactions with them, you get no response.
That's okay.
Just
He doesn't
letting you know, like,
interact with them.
If any interaction with any of the other humanoid shapes,
Can I
and it just you'd get no response.
can I try to like what do they look like? Can I run up to one and
They look like people. They look like elves, half elves. There's a few dragonborn, a few orcs. Like, I mean, there's a few things you've never even seen before. Races from you don't know where.
So I rolled high on the history. Would I be able to deduce why they're all like lacking sentience but yet we have sentience?
With a history check, I mean, your knowledge, you're not a cleric of death or anything like that.
Right.
So you know only through basic accounts, through books and things like that.
Right.
The knowledge is slim. You think it might. You could probably deduce that it might be because your deaths were in close proximity to each other that you're able to interact with each other.
Are there? Can I look to see if any other beings are interacting with each other?
Give me. Yeah, you just give me a perception.
Woof.
Difficult to tell, really. Some of them, like their shapes are similar, but some of them look like very dull, and it's like some of them. It's just difficult to tell, really. They're starting to get more and more of them, and you're not sure if they're interacting with each other or not. You're kind of a little bit on edge with this whole scenario. Can't quite concentrate well enough to examine people to that extent.
Are they incorporeal?
They seem to be as corporeal as you guys. Like, they seem to be able to touch the world around them. And
Can I
interact
touch
with it.
them?
As you go to touch them, your hand passes through it,
Hmm.
and they just ignore you.
I try to touch Char's face to see if I can touch him.
Pass right.
That's weird.
Do I have any response to this?
I just pat his
You just-
face.
You just push your hand right through his head. And at first, you're like, what the? You expect him to touch you, and it's very strange for him to just pass right through you.
Can he see
Did you
his organs
Feel
from the
anything?
inside?
Can you see his what?
Might work.
Organs?
Organs?
His
No.
remark. Did I feel it when he touched me? Tried
Nope.
to.
You don't feel anything.
No, I don't. Can I feel it when I touch myself? Can I touch myself?
Yeah, you can, like, you touch your hand, your arm, like, you can feel wherever you touch. Like, you can feel it. You even feel, like, any clothes that you're wearing, you can, like, grab them and hold them. Like, you
I tell Char to touch a tree really quick and just leave his hand on it.
All right. I'll do so. All right
Okay.
then.
touch the tree.
I knock on the tree.
Nothing.
Does
You don't
he
anything,
doesn't
Sean.
feel any percussives?
No.
Hmm. So we
Poke
can
him with
only
a stick.
see each other. Oh yeah, can I poke him with a stick?
So you pick up a stick.
Yeah.
Okay, you pick up the stick, and it goes right through.
I
Oh,
ask
no.
him, Char, can you grab the stick that I'm grabbing?
Have a sword fight.
Can I do that?
I know you're trying to game the system here.
No, I'm just like
No, you cannot.
So, all right, Char, I'm going
You
to.
can infer at this point that when one soul interacts with something, the other souls cannot do so. In that level,
Char,
like you
I'm,
can touch the same tree, but when you like pick up the stick, he can't touch it.
I'm going to let go of the stick, and I want you to try to grab it as it's falling.
Okay.
So I let go of the
Throw-
stick. I let go of the stick.
I pick
catch
it up. I catch it. Yeah.
Throw things at him.
Yeah, I
Throw
was
it
about to
all.
say. I take another stick and I throw it at Char.
It passes right through him.
What the fuck? This is
Like, a little weird.
highly inconsistent.
I think we're in the realm of death. I don't think it gives a shit about consistency.
Oh hell, you're about to find out it don't. Remember when I told you that you're not gonna like me at some point when I break physics?
I take the stick, and I hold it over Char's head, and I let go of the
Okay.
stick.
I mean, it just falls on your head, Shar, and then kind of falls off of you.
Huh.
Hmm.
I take a stick, and I run over to one of the other souls, and I hold it over their head while they're walking, and I drop it.
Okay. It falls on their head.
Did they respond?
They sort of look at you funny.
He looked at me.
Response.
They can. You get the you can see them. You just can't talk. Like they just
But they didn't.
seem to not interact with you.
But they showed recognition though. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Because they didn't when we tried to talk to them, though. Or move in front of them, or... Huh. Shar, you're a sailor. Do you know Morse code? Or whatever the
I
equivalent of Morse code is in this universe?
Yeah, you know Morse code, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know thieves code and stuff like that.
Can we
And
try to find someone that looks thievish and see if we can try to communicate with them via dropping sticks?
that's oh, that's odd. I mean, I could look for a sailor and just do hand gestures. Sailor, we would have to do hand gestures from across the boat to relay orders.
Do you want to try to see if you can spot anyone that might be a sailor?
Yeah, I'll try. What,
Okay.
what do I need to roll?
Give me a perception check. Are you still walking?
I mean,
did you
in all
stop
of this, I'm trying to keep pace with wherever the hell Rit's going.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't.
Alright.
I don't have any
I
reason
mean,
to
you
really
kind
care
of would
about
have
Rit.
to because the group of people are moving forward constantly. So
Right.
they're
So
not like a
I
herd.
forget
They're,
what you
they're
told
sort of
me.
like a leisure stroll, like walk.
I forget what you said when I asked if I noticed whether he was wearing what
Oh,
Mortimer
I
was
said you
wearing.
could make the assumption that it's similar, but it's difficult to tell
okay.
without the colors.
All right, then I don't personally care where Rit's going. I'll move if Shar's moving, but I don't. I'm more concerned with trying to break communication barriers.
Shar, as you sort of look amongst the crowds of people, kind of move and weave through them. You think you find a couple of sailors? Based on their dress, looked like they may have been from Darktide.
Oh. Alright. I'll sign to them.
You sign to them.
Or yeah. I'll
Gang
use,
signs,
like,
for side.
You communicate via Morse code, is what you're telling.
Well, I mean, Morse code is different
How'd
than
you do that?
signs.
I know it is.
Like, I was like,
So you mean you're trying to use like what thieves can't?
Well, no, I would go to Morse code because I was thinking of it like how sailors would talk to each other from across the boat, but like that would only be things like a hand sideways would be like check the left port.
all right,
side,
I
or a hand forward.
instruct to
So, like, that
Shar
wouldn't
to take a stick and do the dropping thing above the head and like quickly catching it every time it hits the thing's head in the pattern of the Morse code, since that seems to be the only way for him to interact with it.
All right.
And I asked Shar to
So-
explain that he's doing this because it seems to be the only way to physically interact with someone that you didn't die with so far that we found.
All right. As you begin to do this, Shar, the figure does stop and for a time while you're doing so. I need you three to give me perception checks.
Okay.
I did roll twice.
Well, the first one was to find a sailor. All right.
Oh shit.
Shar,
you're right.
you're a little engrossed in doing this. It seems to be working at the moment, but you're not entirely sure. But you are working on it. It does take some time to communicate Morse code doing a method of drops. Hold on one second. My niece is knocking on my door.
All right. In Morse code? Freaky. So, Alms, did you see that they added liquid to bottles in Half-Life Alyx?
What do you mean?
They added liquid into bottles.
If you shook them, you heard stuff.
Like, no, when you can see the liquid. Like, somebody was back at the beginning and they like the beer bottle had beer in it, and when you shook it up, it like foamed and stuff as well.
That's interesting. I knew like before, like you could hear it if you swished it next to you.
Oh, you
But
can
I
like
did not
you can
know.
like see it properly now. I need
Interesting.
to get back into it. I was like in the middle of that like really dark area after you get the flashlight.
Yeah, but that part sucks. It really is fucking sucks. How you doing, Trevor? Did you get your
No.
How much
Oh,
longer?
no.
Uh, last week.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, at the end of March.
Wait, last week they were supposed to send it, or you were supposed to receive it?
Well, they were supposed to ship it by last week, and they haven't done that either because
Well, I mean,
coronavirus.
yeah, I mean they also could have shipped it without updating the thing. I know that's happened a couple times to me. Like it'll be like arriving in like a day or two, right? And then they never send the confirmation thing. And then all of a sudden it's like shipped, out for delivery, delivered all in the span of like 5 minutes.
What are you considering for tracking at this point, Steam?
What? No, like FedEx or whatever they ship it with.
Oh, they don't. I need Steam to ship it
I'm back.
first.
Man,
What?
I told my niece I'm busy. She said, "You're not busy." I'm like, "I am."
I am busy.
That was just the whole dialogue. You were just standing there doing that back and forth with her.
Yes.
You're not busy. I am busy. You're not busy. I am busy.
She wanted me to leave. She wanted me to go into the living room.
That's cute. Did you tell her to fuck off?
I told her I'm busy. She's like, "You're not."
No, you're
I
not.
am busy.
She's just walking down the hall like, you're not busy, motherfucking shit. Tell me she can't come out to the living room and watch Paw Patrol with me. God damn it.
She watches Paw Patrol.
All right.
All right. So, Shar, you're a little engrossed in doing what you're doing. Gale and Rit, you notice that the forest begins to grow a bit darker. A chilling wind blows through. And Rit, you notice a large shape moving above where where everybody is currently walking. You would
Glances
also
up
notice a number of the other foggy humanoids around also look up and notice.
What does it look like?
Oh, I'm about to...
like a foggy
Okay.
blob. Oh, I love it.
I drop a very large stick on top of Shar's head.
I drop a very large stick on top of that thing's head.
Oh fuck.
As this creature, massive, bigger than anything you've ever seen, begins to descend from the tops of the trees through the fog. And all the other humanoids start just running.
Yeah, like I said, drop a stick on Shar's head. Does Shar notice? Can I
Yeah,
point?
you notice.
Point! I point!
I look where he's pointing and oh no.
I run! I run! I can't
You
grab
know-
Shar, so I run!
You have to drop sticks on him. He can see you.
No, he
I
said...
can see you and hear you. So you
Oh,
can
that's
just
right.
say, hey, look up. It just.
But I've dedicated to
Stick
that
away.
now. I point. He knows. I run. I run. I'm out.
You start running. You notice a few of the humanoids sort of... Not everybody is as fast as some of the others. A few of them fall behind as the creature descends on them. You see this spectral web fly out and grab them and pull them up into the trees. Probably about a good half of the humanoids get taken up by this web. Individually picked, mind you. Not just like a big, like, individual webs slowing out, hit them, and then pull them up.
Okay.
you could assume that if you could hear them, they were probably screaming. And it kind of bothers you that you hear nothing. And then the creature ascends once more up into the trees and disappears.
Is there any residue of the web left behind?
Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't respond to it very much. He just keeps walking,
So it's
even while people are flying away and running around.
Yeah.
like it's gone again?
Yeah. As soon as it appears, it seems to individually pick some of the humanoids, and then it ascends.
Okay. I just kind of cuz I
One
was
thing
like
to notice is no matter how hard you run, you never seem to be out of breath. In fact, you realize you don't actually breathe.
right. Hmm. Okay. Interesting.
You know, like, we keep moving, right?
I'm just kind of staring at where it used to be. Can I do like a perception check to see? I don't. I move my hand through the air. Does it disturb the
Okay.
fog at all?
No, not really. Kind of. You move your hand through it, and you move it a little bit, but it's so dense it kind of just fills back in, or like almost immediately your hand out of the way.
Hmm. All right. I think I just want to keep walking then. Want to keep a brisker pace, but where? I looked at Shar and should we be going where everyone's going? Where are we going?
I think about it for a second. I mean, we're dead, right? So we're going to whatever's after.
But what was that spider? Why did it?
Aha. Shit, man, I don't know. I'm just a sailor.
I mean, judging Shar, due to the nature of your patron, that's not your patron. Just so you know.
I was gonna say that doesn't look like my patron.
No. Judging from like your patron, it is. You can give me a history check with.
My history is just shit.
Shistery.
You know what? I'll
Uh,
reroll
Oh,
Reroll.
okay.
at advantage. Better. I'm not gonna spend
Okay.
2 luckies. Better man than that.
Okay. So as you're sort of thinking about it, and due to the nature of your patron, you and this whole theme that you kind of have of the list and killing them as a punishment, not a mercy. You get this feeling that creature above was taking people that were being punished for living a poor life.
I don't think the one that big spider is taking are all that wholesome.
What do you mean?
Feels to me that it was a spider, right? I'm not
Oh, it
unhappy
was
by Cohen.
a gigantic, like heavily
Yeah.
armored spider.
It wouldn't be far off the mark to feel that that spider was a judge, jury. Seeing what it did, I wouldn't be
What
opposed
was
to
it?
say it was the executioner too.
What was it judging?
Our sins.
Are we sinful?
It hasn't taken us yet.
Can we communicate with it?
Do you want to try? I don't.
If you feel we have nothing to be
I know
punished
what
for,
I know what I've done in life. I don't know about you, but I, for one, don't care to face the thing. I know how I'll be weighed.
Did it hurt when I dropped a stick on you?
Did
You
it?
just felt it. You just didn't hurt. You just felt it.
Felt it hurt. Try hitting me harder.
You want to try to hit him hard?
I don't know how I would do that.
If
I
you
want to
wanted
find the
to hit
biggest
her.
stick I can that I can
Okay, you
pick
don't
up,
This is a shit, man. You don't have to go that far.
and I
Find a
want to
pretty
drop it
hefty
on his.
sized branch.
I want to.
About the size of like a
I
bat.
ask him to stick his foot out, and I want to drop it on his foot. I mean, you're
Alright.
dead. What do you have to lose? I mean, what am I gonna kill you more?
Extra dead.
You'd be surprised.
All right, drop it on his foot.
Obviously, I mean, people are being punished by something.
I drop it on his foot.
You're now
Alright.
trying to hurt someone in front of.
You feel it fall on your foot, but it doesn't like. You just feel it. It doesn't hurt.
Did it hurt?
No.
I look at one of the tall trees, and I want to try climbing it.
There are no branches in any stealable range.
Can
They're
I?
sequoias, basically. So
Yeah,
branches
you said there
super
are
high up.
vines though, right?
There were big thorny vines. Yes.
Can I try taking a good maybe a good chunk of vine off a tree?
As you go to reach up
Grandayo.
and grab the thorns, they poke you and it hurts.
Well, oh,
You're not supposed to feel
Hmm.
pain.
can I try punching an area of tree as hard as I can?
You could try a little later to begin with. What kind of scientist are you?
I punch a
Uh,
tree that doesn't have thorny vines as hard as I can,
Well, all right. Well, you punch it; it doesn't do any damage to you.
so it
But,
doesn't hurt.
Just so you know, you have a pool of 10 hit points at the moment.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so hold on, let me bring this down to 10. And so the thorns did 2 damage, right?
Yep.
Okay, and punching the tree did not hurt.
Nope. You just punch it.
How big?
like, punching
how big are these
like a
thorns, and what are
punching
the
bag.
density of the thorns?
Around the base of the trees is pretty heavy. Some of them not so much, but the thorns vary in size from normal size like rose thorns to about as big around as your waist.
Am
The
I
density it varies as well.
able to try to break the thorns off the vine like you would on a rose?
Oh, you touch the thorns again?
Carefully, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm not gonna like slam my hand on it. Okay. All right. So the thorns
As
are
you
just
reach your hand and touch the thorns, even trying to do it carefully, they still seem to hurt you.
interesting. Can I take
And as you keep doing that, Shar, you notice his form begins to become less solidified.
I don't think you should keep doing that, Gale. Think less and less of you.
I want to try one more thing, Shar. I want to find a big
Damn it,
stick.
man.
I want to find a big stick, and I want to try
Sure.
hitting the thorn, one of the bigger thorns that I can find. I want to try hitting it with the big stick.
You hit it with a big stick.
Does it break off?
Success.
It just kind of moves slightly, but it doesn't break.
Can I try hitting it harder?
Are you trying to break a thorn?
I'm trying to break a thorn off the vine with a stick.
It does not work.
Can I try striking the smaller thorns to see if they break?
They don't break.
Are there any loose vines on the ground?
No, they all seem to be congregated around the tree bases.
Okay. Um. You said there's topiary on the ground, right?
What?
There's plants on the ground, right?
Very little, but yeah, there is some vegetation.
What are the like? Are they? When you say very little, you mean sparse or size?
Spark.
How big are they? How big are like the leaves
There's
on these?
there's no like bushes. Like all bushes are the thorny bush.
Uh,
There is a small amount of like grass. You see if you like fungal.
can I try touching the fungus?
The fungus
Yeah.
among us.
All right,
You
I
touch
just
it.
want to very gingerly touch it.
All right. You find one of those mushrooms, sort of like this weird rotting gray mushroom. It looks rotting, but you don't get the feeling that it is actually rotting.
Mm-hmm.
You touch it,
What does it do?
nothing happened.
Does any of this look familiar to what I would have seen on?
Oh hell no! You've never seen vegetation like this.
I look to Shar and ask him if he has, because he seems to know things for some reason.
Do I?
You've never been in this forest.
I'd say.
Okay.
Like
Alright.
the trees don't have your stereotypical bark, and I should have mentioned this earlier. Bark on normal trees, can be, very depending on which kind of tree you're looking at most of the time. These are very smooth, like incredibly smooth bark.
Okay.
The best I could describe it would be, I guess, as smooth as you would like a flat piece of metal.
Right. What did it
Just
sound like the times that I punched it and knocked on it?
sound like wood, but it's as smooth, like immaculately smooth.
Okay. I just get up, kind of brush my knees off, and I look for a stick that's about 6 feet.
Okay.
At least it tells me. All right. I just pick it up and I just say that I'm satisfied and ask Shar what he thinks we should be doing.
Keep moving. Dane still ain't gonna do anything for us, especially if the spider decides to take us.
I look around. I wanna see what direction people are heading.
They're just walking in one direction.
They're just walking
can't
together.
really-
Baby,
One
you light up
direction!
my life like nobody.
You
Okay.
can't tell which like north, south, east, west.
Right.
because
No,
you
I
can't
know,
see
but
the
like
sun.
they're all
They're
just.
just all walking in the same direction.
I'm just surprised because there was a giant spider a second ago. Do they seem
Oh, they
concerned
ran,
anymore?
and then when the creature left, then they stopped.
Can I try shouting up at wherever the spider ascended to?
You shout, yeah. What do you say?
I just. Hey!
Hello, everyone.
You up there? Big guy!
Uh-oh. You know he's panicking when he reverts to crow.
You don't get a response.
Can I look at the. Like, what does the ground look like where the people got snatched up from?
Same as the rest of the ground, sort of like this sparse vegetation and rocky terrain.
And I can't really see the canopy.
No, you can't see more than about maybe 15 feet or so up.
Okay. Can I try to think back on what could have been going on around me when the spider came?
You sort of think about it. I mean, it's just people were just walking. And then it came down and snatched up. It seemed, like I said, the webbing wasn't like a big net.
Right,
It was individual strands that caught people. So it seemed to be picking people. It picked up probably about 50 or so people. Clumped them all together and then just went back up into the...
Okay. After trying to look up and shouting, I look to Shar and I say, "Where do you think all these people are coming from?"
I look around. I'm like, from all corners of the world, I guess.
I mean,
People die every day.
where from here do you think they're coming from?
What do you mean?
I look around and I try to see if anyone is just coming into existence where we are.
You don't see anybody just appear, but you do see more figures walking in the same direction as everybody else.
Were people where we came from, am I able to think back and try to remember if people were walking from a direction still further back where we woke up at?
Yeah. They just seem to be walking through the forest. Like no matter, like, you never see one just appear.
Right.
They always seem to just walking in from the fog.
All right, I guess we do just keep moving forward.
Okay. You keep walking and following the crowd.
Still got my 6-foot stick.
Fine.
My stick.
What was he going to use it for? Stab the spider?
I don't know.
Walking. It's a walking stick. That's a big stick. 6 feet? Holy crap.
Yeah, it's like it's bowkin length. No, not bowkin. I'm sorry. Bow staff length.
As you guys, you walk a bit further, and you begin to this cold, chilly wind of the forest begins to give way to this salty, pungent odor of the ocean.
Ah, that's what I do like.
As the trees begin to thin, and the fog still there, but begins to abate slightly, so there's a little bit less fog. You probably see like maybe 60 to 100 feet now. You see a lengthy rocky coastline with waves crashing against it. There is no sand, just rock, bones, and gravel. A large number of these foggy humanoids stand on the shoreline. You see a light in the distance piercing through the fog. It seems to be approaching. Anybody want?
I continue walking.
You're gonna walk into the ocean?
Into the ocean. I continue walking until I get to it.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's like you guys are at the shore.
Yeah. You said there are bones?
There are bones, gravel, and rocks that make up.
Can I pick up one of the bones?
Yeah, you pick up one.
So I can touch
like
the
a
bones.
humanoid bone of some.
Okay.
You do notice that there are several larger bones, and actually, sticking out of the water, probably about like 100 feet or so into it, would appear to be the rib cage of a large dead creature.
Can
When I
I
say large,
What
I mean
is
like
everyone
10
else
feet to it.
doing?
can I find a stick and put it in the water?
Yeah, you put it in the water.
What happens?
Everybody else is just what appears to be waiting, Mortimer.
What happens?
You just put it in the water.
Nothing happens to the stick?
No.
Okay, and I can see rib cages floating in there. Alright, I want to take this bone, and then there are still trees nearby, right? It's just sparse more?
Yeah, at this point, they are not near the shoreline. You're probably about 300 feet from the fort.
Can I run back to the forest and touch the bone to the
As you run back towards the forest and enter into the fog, you can see nothing.
There are no
but
trees
the
anymore?
fog. You don't find any trees. You just suddenly surrounded by fog.
Can I run a bit further?
As you keep running, you run a bit further. You run a little bit more, and then as you emerge from the fog, you see yourself on the shoreline once more.
God damn it! Deborah!
Mm.
Alright.
Response.
Can I...
Is there anything in the water?
Oh, you're gonna look in the water.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna look, or are you gonna telepathically communicate?
I'm gonna try and communicate.
While he's
Okay.
doing this, can I try to touch the bone to Shar?
Yeah.
What happens?
You dropping it on him?
No, I want to try touching him with it.
Oh, we're done. Same thing as the stick.
Okay.
All interactions with the bone will lead to similar interactions as the stick.
Okay.
Shar, as you reach out with your mind to touch any of the creatures in the water, this ocean feels dead. At least within 120 feet.
And that is when I shiver a little bit. When the water doesn't have anything, then you fear.
But you do. You can't telepathically. You don't sense anything, but you do feel this. You just sort of like reach down. You have this like sensation. You kind of like touch, like feel the water hit your hand, and you can actually feel it. Feel like you've been in this ocean before. Feels similar.
The memories.
And you can't help but feel that there's something in the depths of this ocean that you pledge your allegiance to.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
The United States of Octopi.
Octopode.
As the messing around with whatever happens and the other humanoids appear to be waiting, the light begins to get closer and closer. And eventually it breaks through the fog, and you see this large bar. Sort of like it sits very low in the water. The barge appears to be made of like bone and metal, sort of like melded together. Guiding the vessel is a gigantic black-robed figure standing probably about 35 feet tall, with this huge bone and metal staff that he's moving the boat along with. And he pulls the barge over to the side of the coastline. And the humanoid figures begin to get on the barge.
I join them.
Can I investigate the barge?
You want to look at it before you get on?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Also, I want to know what the bone smells like.
Smells like a bone. No, it's everything you smell in this area appears to be overridden by the smell of the ocean.
Okay.
And like I said, it's salty, pungent, like this rotting kind of smell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Salty, rot.
What does the bone feel like? Does it have any
Feels
marks
like a
as if
bone.
something was like gnashing on it or stripping it? Or...
Give me a medicine check. Okay. sort of looking at the bone. Looking at it, you don't see what appears to be any bite marks or anything like that. You could maybe infer that this creature potentially died of natural causes.
Okay, so just kind of rotted off.
Perhaps.
Okay, so the
As you, Shar, you do notice him looking at it, and just this is overarching phrase in your mind, just constantly seems to speak out to you, and that is that all water is connected. All oceans connect to the same place.
so the boat, the barge.
I mean, you kind of look at it. It's like bone and metal fused together. It's very big. It looks like it could hold like maybe 300 or so people sitting on
So it's not made of wood, it's just bone and metal.
bone and metal.
Are there any docks? Did he pull up to a dock?
No, it just pulls up to the shoreline.
Is there a
It sits
dude?
low enough that you can get on it pretty.
Is there a dude who's
There's a
rowing
30
it?
foot tall, robed figure with a large bone and metal pole that appears to be steering the.
Can I?
He sits at the rear of it
I want to try talking to it.
before you get in the boat.
Yeah. Who?
When does this pass by Albuquerque?
Who are you?
First stop, Grand Central Station. What'd you say?
Who are you?
He does not answer you. He doesn't even look at
Where are we?
you. Doesn't answer.
Can I try touching the bone to him?
He is in the boat.
I'm by the boat. How big is the
He
boat?
is in- It's pretty big.
Can I try touching him with my 6-foot stick?
You cannot reach him.
Can I find a bigger stick?
All right, you want to go try? You want to go back to the forest?
No,
Okay.
no. Just I don't. So what's the dimensions of the boat?
Well, I mean, I don't have exact dimensions, but it can hold like roughly 300 to 400 people.
Jesus
sitting
Christ.
Side by side.
All right.
Yes, it's big.
Is he
It's
all
longer, much longer than it is wide. The rear of the boat and the front of the boat appear to be higher than the other parts, but it sits very low in the water in the middle.
the way? And is he like in the back at the rudder?
He is at the rudder, yes. He is at the rear of the boat.
Is it too high for me
You know,
to
sort
touch
of like
normally?
a, what are they called? Like a gondola, basically.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
You know, Charon,
yeah.
Charon, you know, from Greek mythology.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically what this is.
Is he too high that if I were to go to the back where the rudder is, that I still wouldn't be able to reach him?
Yes. Are you gonna walk in?
No, not yet. I wanted to find that out. Where is Shar at? I look for Shar.
I would have been following after I had
Just
done
follow- following.
So
Yeah,
you're not on the boat yet?
my. Not yet. Wait to see what you said. But I
Should-
am inclined to be on boats.
Should we be? should we go on this boat?
I don't know. Do you just want to wait on the beach for eternity?
I look
Then I start
around.
getting on the boat.
I look around. Are there other spirits who haven't gotten on the boat?
At the moment, all of the spirits on the coastline appear to be in the.
Can I throw a bone at the?
And there appear to be 2 spots for you two. 1 spot for each.
I would like to throw a small light bone at the person thing.
Oh, at the big road figure.
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Initiative?
No, he's not gonna fight you. It just hits him, hits his robe, and just falls off.
And
Drops down into the water.
he doesn't seem to have been phased.
He turns and looks at you,
All right, I try to speak.
unable to see his face. It's very slow and sort of like you could hear the bones grind as he turns to look at you.
I
Unnerved.
do you want me? Are you waiting for me to get on the boat?
You're holding up everybody, asshole.
I just ignore Rit.
Oh, I'm not speaking.
Oh, okay.
I get far too depressed to shit talking you.
Hesitance is the worst option. And then he just goes looking back to Ford again.
I respond with skepticism saves lives.
What life?
He doesn't respond to that. He doesn't.
No, he goes back to looking straight forward.
Can you at least tell me where we're going? Or where we are?
Doesn't answer you.
I look I look at the empty seat.
I am already sitting down. No fear. What?
I
Mr.
sigh.
Bones' Wild Ride.
I just sigh, and I have nothing else to lose, so I get on.
I was like, what are you gonna lose? Your life?
I get on the boat.
All right.
Charles
you
gonna make
get
lots
on the
of
boat.
those.
As you get onto the boat, brief moment of pause, and you notice in the fog near the shoreline, just on the edge of it, you see a series of hound-like shapes moving, looking at the boat and the shoreline, and then they disappear back into the fog once more. As the boat pushes away from the shore.
Darkus is like, this motherfucker doesn't get on this boat, he's gonna be eaten.
It's almost like the god of death wants you to follow his rules. And if you don't follow them, you don't exist anymore.
I still
In
got
case it
my
wasn't
stick, right?
apparent, you can die in soul form.
I still got my stick, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're moving now?
No, he doesn't confiscate. The boat pushes away from the shoreline, moving ever so slowly. Slow enough that it makes the three of you very anxious at how slow it's going.
Can I tell if this is functioning like a normal ship would? Like, can I look around and
Oh, as
see
you
crew and shit?
I mean, it's just a large canoe. Like, think of like a big, a gondola boat.
A gondola, yeah. Can I?
I think it's a gondola.
I want to
isn't
stick
it?
the tip. Yeah, it is. I know what you're talking about. I want to stick the tip of my stick in the water.
You know the boats that they have in like Italy that they have the person with the large
Yeah.
pole and he's like pushing the boat along almost.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
I'm making sure he understands
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Or they have like the rudder and they steer.
Have you ever been canoeing?
He
Is Alm still there?
No, I'm here. I would say canoeing. No, I've rowed in plenty of dinghies, if that's what you're asking.
You
But,
know, you know what the people
it,
like ride in when they're like, and then the moon hits your eye like a big pizza
They're-
pie.
No, I know what a
gondola.
I know what a gondola
okay.
is.
You were just
Alright.
being quiet. I didn't know if you understood. Like if you like blanked on it, like brain farted.
No, I know what a gondola is.
Okay.
I don't know if there were gondolas at dark tide though. Doesn't seem
No,
like
I'm
it
just
would
trying
be
to describe the boat. I didn't realize like.
Yeah.
That's what I was. No, this does not appear to be a normal vessel. In Dark Tide, there were boats because it's Darktide's kind of Venice-esque in the sense that there are waterways instead of like normal street in a lot of
Yeah,
places.
but I would always imagine
But,
their shit would be like rundown dinghies and shit. Not
Oh yeah, no, it's rundown. Yeah, rundown dinghies and stuff like that. Yeah, no fancy gondola, but the this does not appear to have any method of propulsion other than the dude with the rudder. That's it.
I'd like to stick the tip of my stick in the water. Not too far. I just want to feel if the water's pushing against the stick as we're moving.
Yep.
Does he
The
slow
ocean
down
is-
the boat?
No, he doesn't. The boat appears to just go at a constant pace.
Can I stick my stick further down in?
Okay, how much further?
Till like I'm holding the edge of it and the stick is, well, no, about halfway down. I'm holding it with both hands.
Okay, something grabs it.
Hold on. I'm holding on. My stick, motherfucker.
All right. Gil goes overboard.
Oh no. No. Can I try to grab the boat with my other hand?
Give me an athletics check. Sure.
Oh shit.
can I help him?
Yeah. You give advantage, Gil.
Oh, advantage.
Hold my hand
I'll
out
just
to
roll
try
a
and
second time.
give him something better to hold on to.
That's not good.
Good.
Oh God.
Dying again, eh? Even when you're dead.
It's already meta that I came back.
He can retcon shit. He's not
yeah.
afraid to do that.
You know he isn't.
I know. Oh dear.
All right. Well, as you try to reach over and grab him, your hand passes through him.
Oh
Holmes,
shit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Gil, you go overboard into the water.
Okay.
Eaten by a goldfish.
All right. At this
The
point,
barge keeps moving forward.
I do let go of the stick, but it's going really slow, right?
As you pop back up out of the water, the barge is gone.
What? All right.
Moved off ahead.
I-
Maybe it wasn't moving as slow as you thought.
All right.
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna start swimming in the direction that it was headed. I mean, I don't run out of breath, so.
Starts
I'm in the
swimming.
boat. Oh, it was extra
You
dead.
feel something grab your foot.
It's me.
And then it lets go. And the next thing you notice, coming up on either side of you, are two massive jaws filled with teeth.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Can I?
As they clamp shut on you.
Is there a tongue?
Oh no, you're dead.
Oh, fuck me. For reals?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Ah, shit.
Shar, you can look back and you do see this creature, these massive jaws, come out of the water. And I mean, it's not your patron, but
Oh, it's not my boy.
not your patron, but it's a large
Try to talk to him.
shark-like shark crocodile creature that swallows Gale whole.
Well,
That means there's a chance. Tell him to bring him back.
oh, can I communicate with this thing?
Do you want to try to?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
What would you tell it?
Tell it that thing that you just
He's gonna
had
get
in your mouth
salmonella.
is bound for other things. Put him down. Like,
Oh, bring him back. At least give him that. But
Oh, yeah, give him back, but I'll be like, and then I'll cite my patron's name. See if that does anything.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage. Ooh.
That was one away from a natural 20.
There is a large amount of movement in the water below the ship, and then a spout of water as Gale, you end up back on the.
My guy's just sitting there, eyes wide.
You got bored.
You are
I'm
on
seeing a trend.
one hit point. If I could put you on less, I would.
I saw my death flashing before my eyes.
I just curl up and I'm like, I'm done investigating.
Yeah, you okay there? Yo.
I just shake my head.
You're not questioning why it spat you back up.
I don't care.
Okay.
As the barge continues on, the fog begins to break, and you see a bright light on the horizon. Fogs rotate like cloud rotating in the sky around what appears to be a large city.
Oh my. That's a city. Oh my god.
Can I try to use magic?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Oh. Okay.
The city you noticed, even at this distance, though it is mostly covered in fog, the light from the two suns that are sitting behind it illuminates it fairly well. The buildings appear to be taken from many different cultures and time and planets, all of them to mesh together into one place. Amongst the rotating, the sort of rotation of clouds in the sky, you can just barely make out the glimpse of this large black palace that appears to be upside down in comparison to the rest of the city as it floats above it. You get this sort of feeling as you look at that particular palace that a head honcho probably lives there. You notice that despite the fog and the clouds, the two suns appear to be sitting in front of them almost, based on perspective, and it's kind of strange, really. You also notice floating amongst the clouds around the city are several dark black stars. Or black holes, if you want to call them that. And you can see them. And I've breaking physics.
Okay.
A few minutes later, you arrive at the docks to the main gate of the city. The barge pulls up next to it, and everybody begins to get off.
Okay.
Shar,
Yeah.
you feel like you're getting closer and closer to a certain somebody.
Oh, I focus on my list.
Not your list.
Does
Oh,
he have his list?
Have you want to try to pull out the list?
yeah. I after feeling that, I will have like this is a big city looking thing. I will check my list. May
He
not
pulls
get
out a
another
list.
chance.
Check it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice.
It's very ethereal and spectral list, but you pull it out. One of the things you notice is like normally the names aren't like horribly vibrant, and the paper seems like it's always almost soaked with seawater. Here, the names are very clearly vibrant red, almost blood-like texture, and they They appear to be sort of wet and drip.
I, I like scratch my head a little bit. But I'll put my list away. But at least I could see it. Now continue.
So no, there's still fog, so I can't see the sky, right?
It is not. It's a little foggy, but due to the light, the fog is dissipated slightly in the city, so you can't. But all the thing you see in the sky is this swirling mass of clouds, and in the center of it, above the city, you see this upside down palace. You can see just like the very top spire of this upside down palace.
Okay.
In the sky, you also see the 7 black stars and 2 large suns, but they seem to be sitting in front of any clouds that exist, and it's strange. It makes them seem like they're a lot closer than they should be, but they still seem like they're so far away based on how they.
So
Okay. I tell Shar I don't know how comfortable he is with this. Is all very foreign to me, and my knowledge.
I like lean back, feel right at home, and continue on.
All right. As you walk through the gate, the path is very linear. You're not really allowed to wander as these souls funnel towards what appears to be a large, sort of cylindrical building with a domed top.
What's keeping us from wandering?
You just don't want to wander.
You just don't want to.
Like you have this urge to just go towards this one place.
Can I try to inspect myself, be insightful towards myself to try to figure out why I feel this way?
You just want to. You just want to go to this building.
Why?
You don't know why. You just want to. You have this like primal instinct to go to this building.
I can't do like an insight check or anything.
No, you just the depths of your soul. It feels like the right thing to do.
I just feel like Gale would question it, why he feels this way.
Thought you were done investigating.
You really
Yeah.
want to die.
You really do.
Like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
I want to go off. I just want
I
to.
can't. Ex
No,
Machina
just
had
like
to read out
imagine
of
like
this.
the most basic instinct is just to, for some reason, it feels like the right thing to do. It's like whenever you feel this gut feeling like this feels right, it feels right. That's your insight. Perhaps it's some outside force working on you. It's difficult to tell. It feels so natural. It's disturbing almost.
Well, that's like disturbing feeling is why I want to be like, because if I feel disturbed, I'm not saying I'm not walking. I'm just saying.
I mean, you can't not be walking.
I know. I just want to emotionally prepare.
Does anybody speak Primordial?
No.
I think I do actually. Yeah. I think that's the language I chose. Because we talked about it, and
I do not.
Primordial felt right. Yeah, common primordial.
All right. So, as you all walk forward and get to the gates into this building, the souls walking into it, and you all arrive to it as well. There appears to be runic writing written on the door, on the archway leading into this building. written in primordial.
Okay.
It is referred. This is basically like it's not a perfect translation to common, but this is basically the Judgment Hall.
I will translate that to the group.
All 300 or so of us.
Yeah, everybody's walking.
I hope they don't take my browser history into account.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you didn't do anything too terrible. Otherwise, you'd been eaten by the spider.
I'm surprised with
It's-
what I have done that I wasn't picked up by the
There
spider,
might
but I guess
be a reason
It's
for that.
strange
Yeah.
that there are
Oh,
two
dog.
judgments.
damn it, my burger's here.
Can we?
So what he's reading is what he's done. His actions.
No, I'm reading that that's what this room is. It's the judgment room or
Oh,
something.
I'm sorry. Aru is the judge of sin, not fate. That's my bad.
Okay, so can I do a perception of what's around? Any
Okay.
more?
You walk into the thing and you give a perception check, sure. All right. You notice that the souls seem to enter into a room as the doors open and then close, seemingly like one at a time, or based on like you do actually see a couple of groups go in, sort of like 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Like it just depends. You could assume at this point that those people were probably in close, like similar to you guys. But as they enter into this one building, around you, you see not really much here, just this hallway that leads towards this one door, which opens into a room. Every time the door is open, you just see the room. You don't see any creatures, any beings, or anything like that.
It's a grinder.
But I'm
Soon
straight.
The line begins to get short and short.
Any other rooms? Any other
Nope,
directions?
just a hallway leading to this one door.
Nope.
And then eventually,
Just
It
go on the
becomes-
flow.
it comes to your turn.
Whose turn?
Gale,
Fine.
Shars, and Rit.
I walk on through.
As the
I'm
doors
very-
open, and
I'm
you're
v-
next in the line.
I really don't. My character doesn't understand why Rit is going in with us. I ask Rit, who are you anyway?
Doesn't matter.
We'll see.
All right. As the 3 of you enter into the room, the door shut behind you. As they shut, you see yourself standing in a large circular room. Around the edge of the room, there's a lip that you can stand on just fine. In the center of the room, there appears to be a large hole, and you can hear the faint sound of water. Sitting up above, in the upper parts of the room, you see 2 seats. One seat on the left side of the room sits a jester-like individual, dull gray in colors. It's just like a jester, but devoid of all color, and a wicked, shadowy smile across his face. Several jester masks, or theater masks, adorn his throne. On the right side, you see what looks to be a feminine figure in dark black robes with a black metal mask over her face. In her hands, She is carrying a large number of red threads, and they seem to adorn both the chair and they're sort of hanging from all over the place in the rafters of the upper parts of this building. And that is where we will take a break.
Oh, my burger's here. I'm gonna go get it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be right back then. We're back, boys. All right.
All right. So, for anyone who's here and listening, who wasn't here before the party, 3 members of the party died, and they've been going through the after-death experience on the planet of Urkala, the realm of the Elder God. They have just arrived at the Judgment Hall, or the Citadel of Judgment, whichever you wish to call it. They've entered into the room where they will be judged. Okay. So, as I was describing, you see the jester-like figure on one of the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
You see the feminine figure.
Oh, good. Okay. I was gonna ask earlier if there were pictures for him.
And then in the center of the room appears to be a large hole, and like it's from the hole you hear what appears to be water.
Who's on the left and who's on the right?
So on your guys' left is the jester. On
Okay.
the right is the seamstress.
All right. Just wanted to get those images there. Okay, all right. Okay.
As the door shuts. You guys have anything to say?
I just stare at them waitingly.
Okay. The female. Nobody has anything to say. Let us begin your judgment. She begins to pull a number of threads from her many threads around her.
What are these?
The threads of fate.
Who are you?
I am Ukova, judge of the soul.
And these strings are our fates?
Each tells the story of what was, what is, and what will be.
What will be? So, are we not dead yet?
You are very much dead.
Is there fate after death?
Resurrection is always a possibility.
Character perks up a little after hearing.
Do you... What?
Blah, blah, blah. Why do you bother with such... so boring, the jester states.
I just look to
Why
the
should
jester.
they care about the future? They're here. And then he has one of the masks over his face as you look at him. It's the sad one.
And who are you?
I am not here, the judge of the mind.
What do you do as the judge of the mind?
I see if you're sane or not, or if you're wrong in the head. So tell me. And he switches his mask to like a really happy one. Are you sane?
What is sanity?
What is it indeed?
What do you define as sanity?
And he just starts laughing uncontrollably.
Good to know. Good to know.
So
Step forward, please, into the center of the room.
I look around to Shar and Rit.
I like I nod, like nudge him, nod, like go on, big guy.
Well, you can't nudge me, but
it was more of like a poke in my head forward.
throw a
type.
stick.
So I can. So you said I can tell we can tell there's water, right?
Yeah.
Can I Can I try speaking to the water?
As you reach out and touch your mind to it, you feel a monstrous presence. One that's familiar.
Papa, I'm home. All right.
I
That-
guess
I'll leave it for that for now.
I guess I'll step forward as well.
All right. As you
And,
step
Go
forward,
to. Yes.
over
I guess we're
the-
all doing it. Yep.
as you all step forward over the large open pit, at first you're anxious to do so.
Oh, we've
seeing as
stepped
the
that far.
stairs-
Okay.
Seeing as like it doesn't seem to be. You step in the center. As you take your first steps over the pit, you are anxious. You feel like you're just gonna fall straight through it, but you seem to step on what appears to be something solid but invisible. And you sort of carefully make your way forward.
So, what exactly is this place? I just say ambiently to the two.
It's the place where souls are judged, of course.
So, limbo, hell, heaven.
This is Urkala, planet of the elder god of death.
Planet. So this is
Yes.
a place.
Yes.
What are in the universe?
Yes.
What are we?
You are souls. And
How-
one of you looks like you're almost faded away. Got a little curious, didn't you?
I'll assume you're referring to me. I can't say that this seems all that natural. It's confusing. I don't quite understand how we got here. And if we're in the universe, what are we? How are we existing here but having not existing where we used to be?
Yeah.
So who am I? What am I?
You are you. I don't think he's very sane.
This motherfucker saying he's not gonna be Snoop. Continue snooping.
What are you defining as sane?
Me. And he starts laughing again.
You define sane as you?
That's what he said.
Your definition of sanity seems to miss the mark on what the society on the planet we come from defines as sanity.
Ah. Oh, yes, Azeria. This is a young world.
Young.
So you define
Nice one.
inquisitiveness as not sanity? As insanity, rather?
There are things behind the curtain that would drive you mad.
I'm failing to understand what you're defining as sanity, though. If you define you as sanity and you understand what's going on, and we would be
Exactly.
insane if we understood, are you judging insanity on a basis? On a case-by-case basis? And in which case...
Bingo!
And in
We
which
have
case...
a winner.
What is our bar for sanity?
We'll see.
Okay.
Their lives are short, filled with one with greed, one with bloodlust, and one with
And one with what? You cut out.
annoyance.
Oh, I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Hold you out. Get fucking roasted.
Abuse of power.
I do what I do to help further
Though
causes.
there is some good, you have helped some. You'll notice as she's like pulling the string and then she sort of stops. There's still a fair bit of the string like afterwards. And then death.
But what about the rest?
And then she puts it away.
Here now. You stopped. What about the rest of the string?
That does not matter.
Does it not?
It does not. You are here. You are not living.
What are we? If not
Your
living, but
souls.
existing.
Existential shit right there. What are?
There's so many
It's
questions.
Souls are incapable of interacting with the world, the universe around them.
But I was able to
Except
pick up
this world.
sticks earlier and drop sticks on him. That's interacting, is it not?
You would think so, wouldn't you? The jester interjects.
I feel like these are the two mindsets of a DM.
Shar, you're sitting cross-legged. Do you look down at all? Does anybody look down?
Nope, not interested.
I'm
I would
more
look down,
interested in
yeah.
sizing up these two.
Okay, well,
Oh, it's Cho'Gath.
Papa.
oh. Shar, as you just look down out of pure curiosity's sake, you do see in this water, there's not a whole lot of light, but you do see this large shadowy shape looking up. The light trickling down from above in the room you're in. You can just barely make him out. You do notice that there's more like a humanoid torso at top, but you do see a series of large tentacles as well.
Do I recognize this? Do I recognize Jarl?
The moment you see him, you do recognize him as the creature that saved your life. Yeah.
Oh. Buddy, what's the lore? I love it. Okay.
Seems to be waiting, hungrily almost. She begins to look at another thread. This one, a life of treachery, greed, though some good, helping a few along the way.
He looks up. That doesn't seem like the complete picture.
Are you referring to, like, just because she's leaving something out?
Yeah.
I mean, she left stuff out for Gale too.
Gale left stuff out for Gale.
What a fucking stupid remark.
And then she pulls the thread to a point and then stops. And then death. Do not mistake my lack of vocalizing a part of your life as to not considering it part of your judgment. And she puts the thread away. Pulls out another one.
Uh-oh.
And this
Uh-oh.
other one. A life
I
of
haven't-
bloodshed
I've done good.
Life of bloodshed, though some honor in it. Betrayal. Not from him, but from others. A bargain. A deal was struck.
I just
And then death.
nod. I
After
nod my
helping.
head and I continue looking down.
This one's mine.
Is that Joel?
Rumbling from down below.
Oh, I'll look down.
No, yeah, well, you see it now.
Oh, I see it now. I do. That's-
I see it. So it says that this one's mine.
Yeah.
3 of us, 3 of you. Which one am I?
What, are you the jester now?
I just like bow my head to the Jarl.
None of you have died before. This is your first time here. You will be marked.
Oh, so I didn't die. So Jarl never let me see this
He
part of
stopped
the
you
world.
from dying. Yeah.
Okay.
You were here, but he stopped you from dying.
I look to not here, and I say, so what is your way of judging?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, you're all fine.
What?
You're all-
What?
I like that. He's like blasé about it. It's like, you're fine.
What?
Lots of re.
Deborah! I don't.
You
What?
feel
What's our?
sharp pain in
Oh, yo.
crawling from the left shoulder down to the right side of your back, to the bottom right side of your back, just across it.
I scream at them to give me some parting knowledge, some understanding of the world.
But you would go crazy.
Just an
I
understanding.
don't think you'd want that. This world is never supposed to make sense. Don't you get it?
It's hard to accept that. I don't accept that.
Well, if you're ever in the neighborhood, you could always visit. Oh, wait, you'll be here forever.
What?
He just starts mumbling to himself. And he puts on, like, the, an angry face.
Are we not sane? Did we not? I don't. What do you define as sane? I don't understand.
Stop trying to
Stop
understand
asking
the insane.
questions.
So inquisitive. I'll look down and I'll say, I'll continue serving your will. As I think. Because I don't know, like, personally, I know, out of character that we're gonna get resurrected, but for all I know, these two are gonna stay here. But I'm not, so like, I'll
But
say
as
I'll
the,
continue serving you.
Alright. As the sharp pain in your back subsides, if anybody looks at another person's back, you see a large black mark diagonal across the.
I think I'm more concerned with the pain I'm feeling than to look if they're feeling pain.
Oh, it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
Like somebody took a 6-inch knife, stabbed it into you, and then ran it down the back, and then like split your.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
crumple.
no, it hurts.
I'll just have my guy crumpled, just screaming, "What is sanity?" Thinking that I'm probably failing sanity.
All right. The judgment will be passed now. You three will, well, two of you will live on in the city. One of you will return to the world.
Wait, what? Oh, you cut out. What was that first part?
Two of you will live in the city. Two of you will live in the city. One of you will be resurrected because they have a job to do.
This city?
This city.
Are we not being eaten by the monster below us?
He only eats those that are deserving.
Still kind of crumpled in pain.
The pain does subside once the mark is finished writing on your back.
Okay, then I'll just stay crumpled, breathing heavily. Or, no. Panting? Do I pant? What do I do?
You don't breathe, like I said, so like you're not out of breath. It just
Yeah,
it
I'm just-
hurts.
Yeah, I'm just stayed there crumpled, wide-eyed.
As you all, a couple of figures enter into the room, large, robed figures. You hear the sound of metal footsteps, so you assume that they're probably armored underneath their dark robes, wielding scythes, large black metal scythes, come into the room and grab Gale and Rit, pick you up off the ground.
I start
Rit's
squawking
standing.
loudly.
Well, they pick Gale up, set him to his feet.
Well,
You may go.
good knowing you guys. Trying to fight the judges.
As they begin to lead Gale and Rit out of the room, a glowing light begins to surround all three of you with sparkles of energy, pink and gold in color. Oh, would you look at that? You're not going to be here forever after all.
I'm still just
I
squawking.
like smirk for a bit. I'm like you guys didn't already know that.
He puts on the smiling mask. And for a second there, actually, you know what he does to you, Shar? He doesn't look at the others, but to you, he kind of like removes his mask just slightly, and you can see like the tiniest glimpse of his face underneath. Just this black abyss with a smiling mouth.
Still squawking.
Ugh.
It would seem that you are being resurrected. Let it be known that on your third death, there will be no resurrection.
Still squawking.
Just go shut that thing up.
Like, I hope next time when we die, it's just not with him.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, let's not all die at once. Again.
Still squawking.
As the light coalesces on your skin, and then everything goes just bright, blinding light. Then you all wake up on the ground outside the Riverwind mine. Not cold as it's been. The fresh air blows into your nostrils. You breathe.
I missed the sea.
You suddenly take in a breath as you've not been breathing.
Cool.
Squawk. Quiet.
Gale sits there, clothes missing, as he was blown apart into pieces.
He's naked.
Shar, you awaken. Rit, in your torn clothes from your Mortimer persona. Kimiko hugs all of you,
Oh no.
tears in her eyes.
You gotta do the voice! Do it!
Kimiko.
And we'll
You see hugs you.
monsters.
And she hugs you all. And that's where we'll end the session.
Alright. Me?
Even you.
So you're Mortimer again.
No, he's
No,
Rit.
he's Rit.
He's still Rit.
Oh, what?
So that's something that we can handle next time.
What's going on?
He got spat out as Rit from the creature.
Yeah, but I know, but like I'm confused. What happened? Why?
Why is
Next
he
time
Rit?
on Dragon Ball Z!
Oh, yeah, you'll find out next time.
God damn.
All right.
Shar, as you resurrect and everything, you reawaken. Your body's still there. I mean, you have some wounds on you that they appear to have been completely healed up by the resurrection spell. And you sort of sit up, hear something fall out of your coat pocket.
It was
lands
Joel.
on-
He fell
and
out.
it lands on the ground next to you.
Huh?
You see a yellow materia.
Can I slip it onto my bangle? Like, are they interchangeable?
That's quick.
You can change them out, yeah.
Not even curious about what it
Yeah,
is or
no,
where it
yeah.
came from.
Ooh,
Well,
excuse
when
me.
you attune to something, you learn about it. That's why I'm going to attune to it. So that's what I'm going to do. I attune to it.
Okay. Hold on one second. I didn't make a thing for it yet.
Way to go.
I knew I forgot to do something.
Well, I was like, I'm going to learn about it, and the best way is to attune.
No, I just didn't make a handout for it. I have the.
Wonder who put this here. You
Uh,
guys
it
met
is-
my my
you-
patron.
You do notice that the inside the like as you look at it, there's like this slight like bluish greenish almost ocean tint in
I
the
wouldn't-
very center of it.
I would not here to be my patron now.
Yeah, I like him.
So basically the gist of it is it gives you access to the ability called Phantom Undertow.
Ah, you did it, you fucking mad lad.
So you dash incorporeally through creatures and through walls that are less than 10 feet thick. And after the next round, so you leave behind a phantom at the location you dash from. The next round, any creatures in that path will have to make a saving throw. If they fail to save, they're stunned. They take damage. It's a 60-foot dash.
The mad lad fucking did it. It's fucking Pike's E.
But I will make a handout for it for next session, so you have it. However, that does mean you won't be having your auto heal if you're going to use.
No, I would probably give that to Gil
But
anyways
you-
as our healer
I mean,
once he gets a
He
bangle.
does, yeah. I will tell you. So the session's over. I will tell you that when you get to Dulvern, there will be a chance to spend some money.
Mm-hmm.
Just what I needed, less money.
Well, we have to go
So,
pick up the money. Remind us, Gale, that we have to pick up the money from the mine. Owner,
Okay.
before
I guess I'll put that in my journal.
I don't use my journal.
I
My
mean-
journal's empty.
Just
I
write it
will-
on your list. Pick up from whatever the guy's name is.
So Mortimer and Gale, this experience has left you scarred. In your
So-
flaws, you are afraid of death now. Like you are afraid to die.
I already planned on that being a flaw, to be honest, but thanks.
It is no, it's like it's a flaw in the sense of when you are close. If you are in a situation that you could potentially die from, like actually die, I will let you know. I will let you know when that flaw becomes like a thing. So it's just you are scared to die. And it will become a thing at some point where you will be. It can cause you to run from a fight. It could cause you to do any number of things. It could potentially be good. What could happen? It could potentially be horrible. Sure, this experience does not rattle you.
It makes them stronger.
I met my guy. I met my patron. I'm happy. The boy looks fucking sick too.
Yeah, and think of it as like his lower half is sort of like, you know, the sea dragon Leviathan from Subnautica. Just
Yeah.
a bunch of tentacles.
Does Yukova lack a face?
She's wearing a mask.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Ukova.
Where'd you get this fucking art?
Just found it.
He
I
drew
can
it.
save art all the time.
That y'all, the Jaw character. What was that art from? That character looks oddly familiar.
I don't know what it's from. I just looked up like eldritch, like undersea creatures.
To be
Well,
honest, it looks
Lovecraftian
like
Leviathans.
primordial Diablo.
I looked up like I think I just looked up
Or
like
primeval.
Lovecraftian Leviathans actually, and it was just a picture that I found on Pinterest. I was like, ooh, I like that one. So I grabbed. I was it took me because I mean you've seen his original picture, like what I was originally going to use for him,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I didn't really want to do colorful because I liked the idea of the grays and then the red strings. So I
Yeah.
struggled forever trying to find like a gray or like a black and white, just any kind of a picture of some undersea creature that I like this fits the bill. And I wanted something that was like partially humanoid, so something like maybe similar to like the Kraken from Clash of the Titans or anything like that. And I could have just made it black and white, but like I wanted something that was originally in black and white because then it would just look better. And I found that picture and I was like, oh, it looks so good.
Oh, I fucking knew why it was so familiar. I've seen that before. It's concept art for Ross.
Oh, for Ross from League.
Yeah, it's Kane's
Oh,
Ross
wow.
form.
Oh, wow.
Concept
How about
art
that?
for him.
How
I
about
knew it
that?
was.
How about that?
ugly.
I
Yeah,
desperately
that here's
wanted to
cool,
try
too.
to fashion a spear while I was down there. Out of his-
That's even scarier now to think of that I'm literally carrying his tooth around with me. That thing's tooth.
Yeah.
Thing is spooky, and I just am carrying its tooth around.
And you gave it to a random person.
Yeah, to fix up. Do some. I'm trying to.
What do you think's gonna happen to that guy?
Nothing.
We're gonna find
hopefully. I
out.
don't- We'll go next time.
Yes.
Go-
You know, because there's totally nothing wrong with holding like a piece of an eldritch monstrosity. Nothing bad ever
At
happened.
least you
from
warned
that.
him.
I didn't think about that when I was like, he can work this. Into
I
a
tried to
nice-
get us to go check on him before we left Auburn.
You didn't give a shit about him. You
I'm
wanted
just
to
saying,
expedite
we
the
could've- we
process
could've
and
found
abuse
out.
your power
We could have
more.
found out real quick.
I mean, something's certainly gonna happen to it.
You could have chosen anything: inquisitiveness, lots of questions. No, you went abuse power. Fuck you.
Because you've been doing a bit of it. I
Well,
know
it's
you
what you
have
did.
good
It's what you've
intention
been
at
doing.
heart, but you have been doing it quite a lot.
And I mean, she doesn't want to. She's not gonna hit every detail of your story.
His whole thing is
She
like
knows.
questioning the world.
That's the point. I mean, you understand this place exists now. This is what the afterlife, at least part of it. It's kind of
Also,
blessed that you
also
don't,
saying
haven't committed.
annoying. By annoying, you mean questions.
You think yours was bad? She painted Mortimer Bags as greedy.
I mean, is she off the mark? He took my prize money.
Just a little.
Just a little. He only took a little bit of all of your money.
Didn't even notice. What's the big deal?
I didn't notice, but I
Take it
noticed.
From the rich and give it to the
I didn't
meek.
notice, but I noticed.
Gail didn't notice, but I noticed. She noticed.
Right, I have to hide all of these pictures again.
They haven't died yet.
Oh no, I'll just let it so you guys. No, I'm gonna hide them all.
Are they still gonna be linkable for my journal?
You know what? I'll just make it so that you guys can, specifically you three.
Not chaos. He doesn't need to. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he doesn't know. So
What don't I know? Oh, wait, what?
chaos. You're not chaos.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'll make it so you three can see them. No one else will be able to see 'em.
We're special because we died.
Yeah, who knows if that large fucking team is ever gonna like full die?
I mean, even if they don't full die, one of them's gonna go through the same thing. At some point, like it's gonna happen.
It's really nice if Chaos doesn't look at the stream later on. Then he just properly won't know anything that happened.
He properly
like, not
doesn't
even
know
made
what
a,
happened. Yeah, yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, fitting.
Okay,
Yeah, that was a good session. That shit was
that was interesting.
tight.
That was really
Yeah, that shit was
interesting.
tight.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
know what
I
that.
didn't talk as
you
much.
know what that-
Children.
That's fine. I expected Rit to not really speak that much.
Yeah, I mean, I also didn't. He kind of went depression mode.
Well, I
Depression.
completely understand.
We don't.
And, the art of
What do
her
you
collar-
mean you don't? He died. That's something to be depressed about.
I mean, I didn't know if it was some deeper character thing.
the artwork for the city, that's Carcosa.
Mm-hmm.
What's Carcosa?
It's a city from one of the books, one of the newer Lovecraftian books, from like sort of like I
Yeah.
guess you'd call it the like expanded universe. It's for Hastur's city. I just really like the artwork.
The
for it.
Yellow Kings. Yeah. Now that fucking Cthulhu's gonna be in Smite, I want fucking Hastur.
They'll probably add more. Like I said, they'll probably add like Sutagua, maybe Dagon, Hydra,
I feel like Dagon would definitely be someone they add.
Nyarlathotep, maybe Hastur. Maybe I could see. I don't see anything like Azathoth or Yog-Sothoth, honestly. Like I just don't think you could make that character, those two particular characters play. But Hydra, Dagon, Sutagua, Athlaknacha, I think is how Athlaknaka, I think is how you say his name, something like that. The big ass spider,
Yeah, just
which
yeah,
is what
the
that's
big
art
ass
of, by the
spider.
way. Aru is that spider. Yeah, that spider basically just it eats people who have committed the gravest of sins.
Must have been some shitty ass people.
But see, everybody's committed. Char's committed sins. Why didn't he? Maybe it's because of Jarl. Who knows? Also, I'd like to state that. I mean, you guys have seen some big creatures in the day. Char, you've seen whales. You've seen blue whales, or just big whales in general. I mean, he was kind of far away, but judging just solely based on distance and size, his head was probably as as big as a blue whale.
I was gonna say about the whole spider thing. Like I was dreading it when you said it was like eating sins because I was like if it wasn't for Jaw, I definitely feel like the spider would have taken me away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, at that rate, I'm going to stop the stream for now, just so I can separate